I'll take a break when I'm dead. Frick. I never got to come up with a funny tombstone.
Yo, what's up guys, Prince Charming. We're gonna be checking out Jaiden Animation's Burning and Overworking Yourself. I'm guessing this video has something to do with overworking because she is an animator. And if I know anything about animators, because I did animation in high school, it takes a long time to animate something. Especially if you're a one-person team. Like, you may think that those simple sketches and simple animations can be done very quickly. No, they actually take a long time. You actually have to draw everything out. You gotta. What I did in high school is I actually had to draw everything out frame by frame, and then essentially you speed it up and it looks like a full second. So it would take me about a week to 3 weeks to make like 20-30 seconds of animation. So let me remind you, that was when I was in high school, when I didn't know all the tricks. It's probably much quicker in her case, but still, overworking yourself is a real thing. Don't forget to hit me with a like, subscribe, and go ahead and comment something that you worked on the hardest, like your hardest working project, the project you gave the most effort to. Honestly, I'll have to say my YouTube channel. There's nothing other than my YouTube channel that I have devoted more time to. I spent blood and tears and sweat hours into my YouTube channel, and thankfully it is flourishing. But enough of me talking, let's go ahead and check out Jaiden Animation's Burning and Overworking Yourself. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
Raise your hand if you've ever sacrificed physical, mental, and or emotional health to overwork yourself into an extremely depressive state of mind that takes days to recover from in hopes to be happy with a result, knowing it's probably not going to be worth it in the end.
Right here! I'm gonna raise my hand up to infinity for that one.
If a friend came up to you and said, hey, I'm gonna go run 50 miles and refuse to eat, sleep, or take care of myself until I'm done, you'd be like, no, you doof. That's a horrible idea.
That's a terrible idea.
Eat sunscreen first. Overworking yourself has such a confusing interpretation right now. Everyone knows it's not good, but at the same time, it's also glorified. The best examples are in school or work environments. Dude, I had 6 hours of homework last night and didn't get to bed.
This is facts.
You think that's bad?
It's bad, but it's good at the same time.
I had 3 tests to study for, so I pulled an all-nighter and only drank coffee for 2 days straight. I have not slept for a week. My blood flows with Red Bull and Xanax.
We did have those pill poppers in school.
When someone's driven to work exceptionally hard, obviously that's really admirable. But when they start forfeiting self-care in place of hard work, that's when you start crossing into the realm of pain and uncontrollable.
I do want to comment that she's speaking pure facts on this. Like, overworking is a bad thing. We all know that you shouldn't be overworking yourself. We all know that you should get the required rest, required food that you should be eating every day. But at the end of the day, say if, like, you say, I spent 8 hours in the office getting this project done. Like, you probably don't want to say that. But then again, it shows how hardworking, determined you are to reach that goal. So it is glorified. If you were to tell your boss that you lost sleep, like if you spent 22 hours without sleep working on a project, it's a bad thing. But it's a good thing to him because it shows you how hardworking you are, how much you really want this. So in today's society, especially all these people who say grind, there's no time to sleep, you can't make money if you're sleeping, like all that, nah, get your required 68 hours of sleep and get the work done during the day when you're awake.
Yeah, but enduring the pain and pushing forward is super strong. No.
Kind of, sort of, no.
Something that's stupid and unhealthy isn't commendable. Instead of encouraging it, tell your brain, hey, no, bad.
Don't do it.
Not on the carpet. Your emotions start to chop and change more, your mental health starts to deteriorate, you snap more at things that aren't big deals, everything feels like you're playing sudden death mode in Smash Bros. Honey, I brought you some lemonade.
And then you just snap at everybody. That is so true.
Everyone is going to experience burning themselves out in some sort of way. That's part of life. If you don't, you're either perfect or the devil. And I don't trust either of those, so stay
Or you're
back.
mad,
I've been
lazy,
slowly losing my
procrastinator.
sanity from overworking myself ever since I dropped out of college, which was 2 years ago. It's the type of thing that slowly creeps in, and you only start to notice it when your insides have already deteriorated by 30% and your insanity stat has reached level 10. Burnout
Oh gosh,
is caused by
I never
3
played
main
Minecraft, but those
variables.
creepers creep me out.
Depersonalization, where you don't feel in control of yourself anymore, emotional exhaustion, and a lost sense of achievement. Wow, Jaiden, you're so smart. Ha! Yep, you know me. I'll research anything all day just to educate the people.
Was she describing how you just snap at people who have nothing to do with the situation? That reminds me of how when it's hot outside, you just get angry for no reason. Have y'all ever stepped out on a summer day? And this is probably towards the people who don't really care for hot weather, who don't really care for all that sun. Not talking about California people. Y'all don't even get that much hot weather down there. Talking about people who actually get the heat, the 100-degree. Like if you walk outside, you instantly get frustrated or irritated, and then everything just makes you mad, and it's a bad day. The heat and then no sleep are like two of the most trigger happy emotions or happy feelings or anything that can affect you. Working too much or just being hot. It's just
Long time of feeling like a very sad shell of a person. I started seeing a therapist.
Oh,
so
wow.
The first day I came in, she just asked some basic questions
step is the
to get
meaning
to know
of a
me and
problem.
my situation. And she got to the question, what would you describe your average daily schedule to be? And I was like, all right, that seems simple enough. So I wake up around 8:30, have a small snack,
8:30?
work for like 30 minutes, and start working.
oh.
So I work until lunch, and then I get back to work. Yeah. And I work until dinner, and then I work until I go to sleep. And when's that? 1 a.m. Yeah, I see the problem now. I was and still
You're
am
not
struggling
getting
with
enough
the
sleep.
mindset of if I'm not working, I'm being lazy. And the fact that I work for myself in my own home and am my own boss doesn't help at all. Taking a break to play games? But I could be working, eating dinner.
Okay. This has happened to me before.
Sleeping.
I don't play Fortnite because I can make YouTube videos.
Working, but I could be working harder. I'm not saying this just for you, but for myself. It's okay to take personal time for yourself. Don't work your life away. I'll take a break when I'm dead. Frick. I never got to come up with a funny tombstone. I asked a bunch of my friends about their experiences with overworking themselves, and they were all like, oh yeah, burnout is torture and can go frickin' suck a jellyfish. Their stories consisted of not sleeping for hours or days on end in exchange for more time to work, denying themselves food or water until they finish something.
You see, I never really understood that. I cannot forego food, or I can forego sleep. I have done it many times. I will be the type of kid who will like not take the right amount of naps or not go to bed at the right time just because I know I have a test in the morning I have to wake up at 6:30 a.m. for. So I'll probably go to bed at 3 a.m. because I know if I get too much sleep, I wouldn't want to go to bed. But if I get too little sleep, it'll be easy to wake me up. I know that logic is so flawed, but I just always thought once you go into REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement, which is when like you're in deep slumber, I think that's the deepest sleep you can be. I just feel like you feel so much more tired waking up from that versus a nap, like 2 to 3 hours. I feel like you're good after that. I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor. Like I said, I could be wrong. It's just my personal thing. If I have to wake up early, I more or less go to bed late. That way I don't get enough sleep. That way, like I can wake up much easier instead of waking out of a deep slumber where I'm drooling on the pillow and everything. I'm not waking up from that.
Breaking for a minute to go to the bathroom only to go right back to work. Snapping at friends or family for no reason. It sucks because these aren't even uncommon experiences. It feels so good to be validated and admired for working hard, but there's a slippery slope there of accidentally forgetting to keep yourself alive and sane if you're not.
How are you gonna fall off a cliff, you dummy?
I'm here to save you from yourself.
It literally said danger cliff.
I've got to study for final exams. No time. Go take a nap. 46% of Americans drop out of college anyway. I'm kidding. School is important. If you drop out, you
46%?
excuse to your parents. But it's important not to die.
I might as well drop out.
Or in general.
I'm already better than
Don't
54,
ever die. I also asked my
46% of
friends
y'all.
if overworking themselves negatively impacted their relationship with the end product, and there were two different interpretations. Some of them said, "Holy frick, yes, I hate that thing now."
She must love
Stressing and
anime.
pushing themselves too much made them sloppy and make awful mistakes. They cut more corners and agreed the final product suffered because of the pressure they put on themselves. Another friend, with better hair, described it as being a sick, twisted reward for unhealthy behavior.
Boy in a
Of
band.
course, they were able to finish the project, which they wanted, but the steps they took to complete it led to painful burnout and definitely was more emotionally damaging than if workflow was more evenly distributed. My scientific conclusion? you suffer either way. Here, have some tips to not be emotionally damaged for a week after overworking yourself.
Last time I'm gonna pause, but I have to agree with her when she says, like, if you overwork yourself, you tend to not be completely satisfied with the finished product. Like, I've known where I would overwork myself on an essay because I waited to the last second and I decided I can just work 16 hours straight and finish this essay. No, you cut corners, you put things that you're too lazy to change. It's just a mess, and then you just want the project to be completed so you can finally be done working. So it is necessary to take those breaks, take those naps, get something to take your mind off of it. That way when you come back to the situation at hand, you have a fresh new outlook on it. Doesn't mean be lazy and procrastinate. Those are two different things. You have to know when to stop taking a break, and you have to know when to take a break. Like, if you're always pushing things off, you're like, oh, I'll do it in 30 minutes, and then 30 minutes pass by, oh, I'll do it in another 30 minutes. That's procrastination. You need to get off your butt and go do some work.
Don't do too much of the same thing without any sort of change whatsoever. You're not a mindless work zombie in a hamster ball. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over is a formula for absolute misery. Atrox, who
That's
helped
insanity,
with
honestly.
videos, had a good analogy, so I'm gonna steal it. So say you like chocolate. I do like chocolate.
I like chocolate.
So
I'm
imagine
chocolate.
you hypothetically enjoy eating chocolate, but when you only eat chocolate and nothing else, you feel sick.
It
That
tastes
nauseous
bad.
feeling in your throat and stomach that makes you want to lay down and throw up for the rest of the day. It's the same with anything else. Do more than just work and eat hypothetical chocolate all the time, because otherwise, take time for self-care.
Okay.
Yeah, it
I
sounds
like the
generic
moral
and
of this
straightforward.
story.
So then do it, you dummy! Spend time with yourself. Do something that'll refuel your juice tanks. When you're running on empty, you gotta take time to fill the tank back up to full. Don't just try to avoid the inevitable.
I wonder how long it
pouring
took her
a
to
little
make
cup
this
of gas
video.
in and hoping that'll tie you over. Enjoy yourself! I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at me, because I still have a really hard time with that one. Take a shower. You've probably been working.
Yeah,
for
'cause
5
you
days.
musty.
Take a break from social media. Sounds cliche, but it works. Spend time with friends. If you have any. Do some stretches.
Don't
or
spend time
something
on
that
social
includes
media,
moving your
period.
body.
Trust me.
Exercise
It's a waste of
equals
time.
dopamine, which means less depression. Yay! Stick to a healthy sleeping schedule. If you're a farmer, I am a farmer. No one asked you. You gotta tend to a variety of fields instead of hyper-focusing on the same one every day. Push yourself to always be trying something new or focus
man
on
just ate
improving.
his hand.
It's easy to get stuck in the same grind of consistency. Everyone's a unique, special snowflake, but eventually your brain is gonna start craving something different, and if it doesn't get anything new, it throws a tantrum. You get more excited about things you're going to learn and get better at. Spice everything up. If you're a lumberjack, I am a lumberjack. Will you cut that out? You can't keep swinging your axe continuously at trees all the
Jaiden's
time.
pretty funny,
It's starting
guys.
too dull and
I
become
like
difficult
her.
to keep going. You gotta take time to stop and sharpen your tools. Keep
Yeah.
things balanced.
Smell
you
the
can create your
flowers.
best ideas when you're not stressed and overworked and sad and tired and feel like poop. Wait, I thought you were a farmer.
He's a lumberjack. Come on. Get with the game.
No one asked you.
So that was it for this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. So Jaiden was speaking pure facts. You gotta have something to take your mind off of what you're constantly doing, because it's easy to get in that loophole. Especially when you're older. Guys who don't want, or people in general, I don't want to just say guys, because a lot of people think when you say guys, it just means male. But people in general, if you don't want to work that 9 to 5, which is essentially a constant loop, you're gonna go to work, get out at 5, you're probably gonna go eat something, hang out with friends, drink, repeat. It's a constant loop. But then when you really look at life, life is a constant loop. You do the same things every day, but just in different variations of it, and it's okay to have a pattern. Just do what she said. Always have something to keep your mind off of it, or have something you can switch to, learn something new. Just don't constantly do the same thing every day and every day and every day and every day. But the funniest irony of this is like how she's saying not to overwork and don't overburden yourself. But I want to know how long it took her to make this video, because the animation is pretty dope, and it was like 8 minutes. It can't take, and she works by herself, so it could have been less than a week. It had to be at least 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know how long it takes to make her video. I just find it ironic how she's talking about burning and overworking when she probably overworked herself to make this video. So don't forget to hit me with a like, subscribe, and comment on this video if you want to apply from yours truly, Prince Charming. My name is Prince Ohakam. Stay charmed, my friends.